Good evening. I don't know why I'm chuckling to myself. I think it's trying to coordinate pressing go live and looking at the camera. I always find it really difficult to do. So, good evening to you. A happy Wednesday, my lovely friends. Hopefully, you can hear and see me okay. Mr. G's got every light on going here, so I should be wearing sunglasses because it's very bright. Hopefully, and not too bright on your screens. So yeah, do me a thumbs up or let me know if you can see and hear me. I can see lots of you coming on the chat, so I know that you're there. Hopefully I'm there too. And let me say hellos as well. It's a cold one tonight, isn't it? I did see Ali saying a chunky veg soup. That sounds lovely. That sounds really nice. Oh, yes, I think, yeah, all good. Thank you, Caroline. Hi, Karen. Hi, Therese. Hi, Shannon. You're on super early today, Shannon. And I think you definitely get the prize for being the earliest on the chat today. Hi, Philippa. Hi, Nicola. Is it snowy with you? It's still there on the ground here in West Yorkshire, but we've not had any more since Monday. Hi, Cheryl. Oh yeah, definitely get a coffee, get a hot drink. I have drunk so much hot chocolate today; it's ridiculous. Thanks, Ali. Thank you for checking. Hi, Diana. Hi, Julie. Donna. Denise. Oh, hello, lovely Denise. Nice to see you. Good. You all found me. And we're changing it up a bit tonight. I'm super excited about my live tonight because normally when we've got a new collection or a new release on the horizon, I use my Wednesday night lives as a bit of a show and tell, and we have a look at the samples and I'll let you know what's coming. But tonight I thought, do you know what, let's just put it live. So the new products I show you this evening are already on the shop, but hang fire because I do have a discount code for you that you can use up until, I think I've set it until midnight on Friday. So you'll be able to get a little bit more off this collection because you're lovely people and you come to see me live this evening. Then you can get a bit of an extra saving on the collection, which is gorgeous, really gorgeous. And it's our last one of the year. Can you believe that? It's our last new release of the year. And I was saying to Mr. G, I thought this feels very early, but actually, after next week, we're into December, aren't we? And then, of course, December, we know, gets absorbed with lots of other things and distractions, and it's a busy time. So, yeah, I don't think I typically do release in December. So it just shows how quickly the year has come to an end. Or how quickly it's coming to an end. So this is my last collection of the year, which is why I thought, let's make a bit of a celebration of it. Let's release it on Funky Fossil. You'll be seeing it as well on Monday on Highlight, the live shopping hours I do on Highlight. Now, Mondays are my usual day. I'm usually down at Highlight every other Friday, but Monday is a bit special. So on Monday, we have a takeover by the Craft Collective. So we're going to have some live hours with myself, with Leonie, with Erica, and Paola's going to be there presenting and chatting and sharing some of her products as well. So Highlight Crafts have been super kind and they've allowed, I'm sure they'll regret this, but they've allowed us to take over the studio there for a couple of hours on Monday afternoon. So you must join us. It's lovely to have your company. And we'll all be doing our thing, doing demos, chatting to each other and yourselves. So Highlight Crafts Monday, I'm up first at 11. So I think it's 11, 12 and 1. The 3 hours that we're on. So make sure you check that out. And of course, I'll put further details. And I know the girls will too. Further details on Facebook and our newsletters, etc. So the products I'm showing to you this evening will be as part of the live shopping on Highlight Crafts on Monday. But it's going to be a busy 3 hours. And I thought, I don't want to take away from how beautiful this collection is. So let's have some time looking at it this evening, give you an early bird chance to purchase it. And then, of course, hopefully you'll come and enjoy the shows on Monday because I'll have more things on the counter as well as this. So it's going to be exciting, Amanda. It's going to be chaotic, I'm fairly sure. I think Highlight Crafts already already struggling with trying to manage the chaos that is the group of us when we're together with all of our different show sheets and plans. But it's going to be a really good few hours. Oh, bless you, Donna. Well, of course, with the highlight shows, they remain live for 24 hours. And I typically pin mine when I do them to the top of my Facebook page. So they stream on our Facebook pages as well as on the Highlight Crafts page. So if ever you want to go back in an evening, then you'll find if I've done a live at highlights, it will be pinned at the top of the Facebook page as the feed. If you want to catch up and see what's been going on. Total party, absolute party, carnage, chaos. Yes. So Nicola, I think I've answered your question about catch up. You will be able to catch up on those shows. In fact, I don't know. I don't think. Actually, I'll check in with Highlight tomorrow because I haven't given them access to our Craft Collective page, but I might be able to give them access to that. And therefore, if it streams on our Craft Collective page, we'll be able to pin all 3 hours on that page as well. So I'll keep you posted on that. But yes, you can watch back. Hi, Celia. It is chilly, isn't it? Helen, lovely to see you. Yeah, it's gonna be a messy old day, but I'm looking forward to it. But equally, because there will be so much going on, that I thought let's enjoy a moment of peace and quiet, and let's enjoy this new signature series collection, because I've made it. It's not a massive one. It's not so. It's from a price perspective, from a scale generally. I think it's a lovely kind of round off of the year. It's something that you get it in your wonderful wallet. You can enjoy it. You can gift it. It's not seasonal. It's going to kind of be something that it's classic, it's timeless. So I'm hoping it's quite a nice way of rounding off a varied and busy year that has been 2024. Right. Hi, Dawn. Shall I turn the camera around and show you this beauty? What we'll do as well tonight, I know our lovely Ali's on with her chunky vegetable soup. Is what we'll do tonight is I'll do 2 giveaways, but what I think I'm going to do tonight is do 2 giveaways of £25 vouchers to spend in store. So if you're a winner of one of those vouchers, you can absolutely spend it on the collection, but equally it's there for you to spend on whatever you like or appeals to you from Funky Fossil. So I'm going to do 2 vouchers this evening, Ali. So when we get to the end of the live, if you can give me the names for 2 winners, and each of them will win £25 credit to the store. It is a beautiful collection, Brian. And I have seen your comments about wanting a paper pad. Let's see how this collection sells, Brian. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get ahead of myself and start ordering paper pads in case people go, nah, you're all right. But I think people are going to like these papers. Thank you, Ali, lovely. Right. Let's turn the camera around and let me show you what I've got in front of me here. I'm sorry if I'm a bit croaky. Just today, I've just started feeling a little bit cold. You know, I'm feeling fine, but my throat keeps going a bit croaky as I'm chatting away. Right? Can you see? Can you see my desk? So, where to start? I've got 2 little bundles here. They're all themed around Gilded Cage, and that's the name of this collection. It's all around that kind of shabby noir, a really kind of elegant design, quite a subdued palette with the papers. And what I have made as well is a kit with 2 of these beautiful MDF bird cages, and they're layered, so you've got 4 layers, so you've got real depth and dimension to whatever you want to put in your bird cage. But I just thought this would be a lovely accompaniment to the main collection. So I don't always do MDF with our collections, but I just thought, on this one, these bird cages will work perfectly, and they're a good size. I think they're around 17.5 centimeters. I made them. I scaled them so it worked perfectly with the 5x7 papers. but I also wanted them to be a nice size so you can do some real crafting on them. So in the shop tonight, there will be 2 of these bird cages with a pack of the gilded cage papers as a bundle. That's just a little bit of a side treat, because I didn't send that to the design team, who are probably very annoyed with me now, but I only came up with it at the weekend. So I made one. So I crafted one, and these are the papers. These are the papers that I've used to decorate it. So we'll look at the bird cage a little bit later, but in the shop I have put a bundle with 2 of them in with the papers. But this is the main event. This is our signature wallet. So this is how your collection arrives, packaged for you. And I say the theming of it, and you'll have seen from the picture on Facebook that I've shared already, you'll have probably kind of got a very good sense of what's in here. So where do we start? You're very annoyed, Brian. You're always annoyed with me. So we've got an A6 stamp set here, and I love this one because it will work both for kind of contemporary makes, but also with the whole theme of this in terms of you gold heat emboss it, or use it with a different palette. It will can almost look quite oriental as well. So this is a really versatile set. It's just got one sentiment: have a beautiful day. But it's a really elegant, really, as I say, this is one of those kind of stamp sets that you can imagine on all sorts of makes. So there's the A6 stamp set, Gilded Cage, which is why I've named the signature wallet that. I've got a 5x7 stencil here, which is beautiful. As you can see, you've got your kind of your flock of birds, but they're forming a heart in the sky. So many ways you can use this, and the design team have showcased that perfectly. So you don't need to use it as a heart. You can just use it as a kind of a stream of birds on your projects. But I thought it was quite a cute way of framing a 5x7 card as well. So this is a really, really fun stencil. This is a new stencil, hasn't been out before. An absolutely gorgeous die. This is a single die, and you'll see it in more detail, I think, when I show you some of the samples. The design team have loved using this, actually. So this is a nice size, and it's obviously got the bird, it's got the florals in there. It's a really lovely, again, I think could be for spring. It's Ali's done a stunning project where she's turned the cage into a vase. There's lots and lots of ways you can use this. Oh, did you get your rope? Have you got your rope frame? I'm glad, Caroline, because you were super excited about it. I hope you did another happy dance when you received it as well. So then the papers are really lovely. I've got 12. That's right. I'm trying to get this right. I've got 12 designs in the pack of papers, 2 of each. You've got 24 papers in this set, which I think is the most I've done before in one of our signature wallets. And a bit like Brian asking for a paper pad, it was because I just kept finding designs that I just thought would work so beautifully with this whole theme. So you've got here with lots of frames and apertures and florals, and I absolutely love this ballerina. So as you can see, quite a subdued, quite a soft vintage color palette, and I wanted something. Obviously we had the vibrancy of our vintage ink collection the other week with the tattoo styles with those rich reds and blues. So I wanted something which was going to be quite muted, definitely timeless. Things like this, I think, are just, you could put this in a frame and call the job done. Is it just really lovely artwork and quite distressed, kind of peeled paint looks here. So you can imagine working on this almost in reverse with white elements in terms of the birds or the bird cage in white on this, and it really really stand out. And I love this one. This is quite a noir one. So you've got to see your bird, your branch, but lots of crackles, lots of texture in this. I'm hoping I'm catching that on the camera for you. Of course, bird cages are recurring throughout the paper. So you've got your birds here with your florals and lace. Really, really lovely. And I do love this one. This one, I think it might. Well, I like the women on this one, the two female characters. But I think as a background, I love this one because of that peeled paint and the kind of the branch. I just think it looks really. It starts me out of a black and white film. Really, very, very cool. Hi, Marie. It is lovely, Jane, isn't it? And then, of course, another bird cage here with the bird and flowers. So really, as you know, if I get a theme in my mind and I go for a motif, I like to then put that as a recurring thing throughout the collection. So you've got it in different formats to work with. So birds and bird cages are obviously the theme this evening. And I love these ones that are packed with the florals. And this lovely bird at the bottom here in the kind of just that pop of colour. Really lovely. And this is the other lady in the set. So we've got the ballerina and we've got this lady here again with the roses, that lovely sense of movement. So that's what I mean. The ballerina is the one that I put in my bird cage. You can see how beautifully that works. So yeah, the figures in this I think are really. I don't often do kind of papers with figures on them, but I may well do more because I really like them. I think that's me back. No, it's not me back. That's me back. So another bird cage here. These birds, and of course Sarah is our queen of really kind of deconstructing her papers. You can see there are lots of elements here that you can cut out and layer up or take out as individual elements. And then I love this floor. So that's where I got my two flowers from on this bird cage, is the florals here. Now the papers in our signature wallet are slightly less heavyweight than the ones in our paper pads. I think these are 120 GSM, still totally uncoated, litho printed, so you can still do all your techniques on them. But when I'm using them on something like this, which is a 3D project, all I did before I cut them out was I put them on some black card just to give them a little bit more dimension, so that they don't get knocked about too much. Really easy to cut out. God, Jill, I haven't even told you what the discount code is yet, have I? I'm so rubbish. So I don't. Yeah, I think Tony's got something in mind for the next craft battle, because I think she's had some more of her fabulous maker card kits out, hasn't she? Donna. So yeah, I'll have to see whether I can persuade her to try this one instead. So this whole collection, so that's everything that you get in your wallet, your papers, your die, your stencil, your stamps. The retail on this would normally be £35. Now I'm selling it for 30 anyway, but if you use the code, so that's already the price. I've put it down to £30 in the shop already, and if you use the code birdcage10, so all caps birdcage10 at checkout, you'll get a further 10% off that price. So roughly speaking, it'll make it about £27 for that collection. But that birdcage 10 only works on this new product, so it's not an all shop code. It literally is a discount off our new signature wallet. But that's definitely the code to use. And I'll put it obviously in Facebook. I'll put it in my newsletter tomorrow. And I will try and remember to keep repeating it during this live. But that's definitely until midnight on Friday. Then definitely don't miss out on getting that extra little bit off the collection. And I think, say for £27 for that whole kit, I'm hoping you can see the value that I'm offering you there. So isn't it gorgeous? I do like it. There's a lot of craftability in here, that's for sure. All of these elements are going to work perfectly independently. You know, this die could be used on so many projects with so many papers. So obviously everything here has got this kind of shabby vintage vibe because of the papers. But just remember that you use these in combination with other papers that you have, other colour schemes, and you get a whole complete different vibe. That's why I'm saying this could really work for spring. You could use it with vibrant colours. You know, the stencil, really any colourway you use with it. I'm thinking Valentine's as well. What a lovely Valentine's card, Brian. You might want to think about using that for Valentine's Day. So that is this is our 6th one of the year. We started doing these signature wallets in January. And so we've done probably one, well, obviously if we've done 6, we've done one every other month or so. And these have been so popular. So I don't know, just trying to think back to what we've had. We've had the sunflowers, we've had the pretty little things with the vibrant colours. We started with that Art Deco collection. We've had the succulents. It's been a really varied bag, but each of them has been self-contained. You know, I think each of them gives you so much that you can work with in the wallet, and I just love the fact that it's contained like this. So it's a lovely thing to gift to yourself or to receive, and great for storage. And remember, I did do a live where we did decorate one of these, so you could kind of use it for keeping notelets in as well. So lots of value there. I hope. I'm sorry, I'm reading Brian's. Brian seems to regard the lives as some kind of ordering future stock exercise, doesn't he? So yeah, I hope you can see that this is going to be a really fun collection to work with. So I'm just standing up so I can get some of the rather gorgeous samples that I've got here to one side. Brian even did a video for me of one of his samples, so that I'd know what it was and what I was meant to do with it. So I'll start with that one because I've had instructions. Oh, thank you, Amanda. I'm glad you like them. Oh, is it evil germ time, Nicola? Yeah, I'm a bit worried that I'm feeling a bit croaky. Let me start with this fabulous little creation from Brian. So he's obviously kind of in a cute box. You've got your papers and a segment of the die there, which is always a good reminder. You don't need to use the whole of the die image. But then he's made this very clever little creation. So you can see you've got your bird cage on the front. It's one of these spinners. You've got the bird on the back, and then let's see if I can get it right. Am I doing this right, Brian? I think I am. So it looks, as you twizzle it, we're not doing it fast enough. There we go. You can see it looks like the bird's flying out of the cage. Isn't that cool? It's one of those things I could play with for ages. But he did. He said he put a video in the DT group just to demonstrate how it should work. He doesn't trust me. Too right. Isn't that lovely? So again, just a very simple, well, it's not simple in terms of actually the construction of it, but the concept, just that bird cage and the bird. And that is something to point out, actually. That's tickled me, that. Just a thing to point out about the stamp set. So I have done a kind of a range of birds that are scaled to work both within the bird cages and obviously flying out of them. And then you've got this cute little element here, which you can either have hanging off the bottom of a bird cage, or I think in this one and this one, I think it's scaled that it could be sitting inside, so you could have the birds on a hoop in the bird cage as well. Yeah, really cute. Thank you, Brian. It is like those flip books, you know, when you absolutely right, Shannon, when you flip them fast enough and the character runs, or you get movement of the images. So you can always rely on my DT to take a design and go with somewhere that you don't expect with it. So look at these. These are really lush makes. So this is Brian. So I've probably got them stacked in order, so you may just get a run of each of the each of the DT members. So he's done exactly as we were saying about Sarah previously. He's layered the papers up. You've even got that little bird stamp there that I was talking about earlier. These words here are from our Rustic Romance paper pad, and just a heads up, that will be on the highlight show on Monday with a bit of a deal. So and it goes perfectly. The reason I put it on the show on Monday with highlight is it does go perfectly with this collection as well, that whole shabby look to it. So yeah, beautiful. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was going to say I don't remember there being a bird on this page. It isn't. He's cut that and stuck it on. So lots of layers on here, really deceptive because it does look seamless. But he's combined elements from the papers and stamps to embellish it. I'm checking it is still Brian, and here, look at this, gorgeous. So again, just showing he's torn across that page that I was saying with the dark page. You've got your bird cage die there. Gilded, because that's the name of the collection, and then one of the word banners. All the word banners are on the show on Monday too. I like to add the word banner dies to shows where the stamp set that I maybe have in a collection is a short on words. So this has got one sentiment on it, and then, so I like to ensure that you've got the option of buying additional sentiments if you want them. This one's by me. I don't know how it snuck into your pile there, Brian, but it was just, I literally did this afternoon, just a really quick and simple one, because I was just missing, it's ages since I've made a really clean and simple card, and the fact that this line art is so crisp and just delicate, I just thought that's all you need, is that little bit of gold with your sentiment and your birds, and I think that's a really pretty make by myself. Hi Kathy. God, you forgot you had the banner dies, Caroline. That's no good. Hello, Lisa, lovely. Thank you. I got your message. I'm glad the goodies have arrived with you. I'm glad you've got them. Get crafting with them now. So this is again by Brian, I think. Yes. So he's used that beautiful stencil in the with the party dress Stella Pace. So again, that pink goes really well. I've got a little demo where I'm going to use that with this stencil. So great minds. And look what he's done. He's combined that beautiful banner from Belinda's Vintage Ink. I think this is from the Forever True stamp set. And how beautiful, how seamlessly does that work? There's a lovely, that stamp with the sentiments that fit within it is a great worker stamp. It will work with so many other collections and projects. The dies all working beautifully together, and you must have combined the papers because they're 5x7. Oh yeah, there's a join there. Very clever. I love this one. Very elegant, very romantic. You see our bird cages just glistening there, but really kind of that gilded cage idea. But these, I love the way you've kind of merge the papers together here, Brian. It's really effective. So obviously we've got our beautiful romantic lady, and Ali's made an amazing sample with this one too. So just remember, everyone, that these are now in the shop. I'd rather you stayed and watched the live, but they're now in the shop, and remember to use your code BIRDCAGE10 when you check out to get that extra 10% off the collection. I love this one because you've got these kind of a real lovely, beautiful collage. It's by, I have to say, is it by Ali? It's still by Brian. A real collage feel to this with the music and note paper. So back to that vintage shabby look, really pretty. And I love this one too. This one, again by Brian. He's hogging the limelight this evening. We'll get on to the other DT members any second now. But I just love the way that, again, that panel in the center, just remember how much you can do with a wallet like this. Just literally the papers, and there's what is really quite a simple stamp set going to make some really kind of stunning makes. Yeah, gold on black is always very elegant, isn't it? I always think it's a real kind of a classic. And it's kind of where we started the year, because we had the Art Deco collection in January, and that was very much golds and blacks. So I feel like we've come full circle to the last collection of the year, where that was very much in my mind, that kind of really timeless colour palette. And Brian's, you're getting good value for money out of this Moon in Bloom, or blue, yeah, it is Moon in Bloom dye, aren't you, Brian? This often appears, I think this appears on one make with every collection from you. And you've got your dye there just nestled into it, so the bird cage just sits really perfectly. But because you paper pieced the bird to match the moon, it all just really merges in a lovely way. So that's Brian. That's Brian's homework, because I can see a make here from our Ali, so I know that this is definitely onto her makes. And this is the sample that we were talking about, where she has, where's the dye? Let me see if I can work out how she's done it. So she's obviously, she's cut, yeah. So she's cut the dye, and then she's put, oh Ali, you have to tell us how you did it. I think you cut it twice and reversed it to get the solid top and bottom, but I might be wrong. We might need an example. We might need a step-by-step on how you did this one, Ali. But if she hadn't told me that it was the bird cage, I wouldn't have known that that's what she'd used to make it. But of course, you've got your foliage there. I just love that. And it looks like she's managed to fill it as well with party dress, that Stella paste, that beautiful pink really pops. So you just cut an extra bottom. I can't feel it joined. But yes, doesn't that look great? Crisp with that then rich pink. So it looks, to me, that looks really oriental. So another great make, a completely different take on the design. And then from Ali, I love this one. So Ali has cut away the center of one of the papers. I'll rifle through and I'll never find it. It was the first one here. So she's cut away the center of one layer, put some acetate, and then she's obviously laid it over another layer. So I'm showing it to myself, not you. And she's gold heat embossed the bird cage and done as I was saying there. Can you see that without the glare? She's put that kind of little circle shelf for the birds underneath the bird cage as well. So that's a really lovely dimensional look to it, because she's created that window effect and just cut around these flowers, so it's quite softened. I really love that. It's really, really clever. They are clever, aren't they? So, and this is one by Ali. Again, I love that. This is a real kind of, this is the shabby chic that I kind of had in my mind. She's gold heat embossed some script stamp around the edges of this paper, layered at the florals from one of the bird cages. So she's cut them out and then used lots of embossing powder on that dye to give it that gilded look. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, I can imagine it's difficult to photograph the one with the acetate, but it's beautiful. It really is beautiful in real life. And then this is it. Of course, Ali, you can't leave Ali alone for too long before she gets out all the colours in the colouring box, and she likes her rainbows. So she's shown exactly what I was saying earlier, that actually you put these designs with a completely different palette and you're going to get a completely different look. And that's what I think this showcases. So she's obviously used that bird heart stencil repeatedly, but in different colours. And then you just got your silhouettes, and of course you've got your word banners. The DT must have known I was going to put them on the show on Monday. I'm glad I've got samples that include it. So I love that, really vibrant. So it's a really bright and happy and fun card. And this is the one I was talking about with Ali, from Ali earlier. Look, so she's got the beautiful lady holding one of the bird cages. So she stamped the bird cage, so it looks like she's got it in her hand. It looks so effective. It really does look really cool. And then obviously the birds are all escaping from the cage. I just love that. Isn't that so beautiful? I just think it's going to work for so many occasions. A real kind of wistful, dreamy feel to these papers. And then this is Sarah. So we're on to Sarah's makes. And she has used the party dress on the stencil, on the Birds in Flight stencil, but then she's cut it away, so it actually has got a clear aperture inside where she's put the birdcage die. How cool does that look? So you could, if you were a bit of a ninja with the old craft knife, you could use this with the Stella paste and then cut around just the inside and leave it and create an aperture on your card rather than taking it all the way out, as Sarah's done here. So that's another option to think about. And she's also used the stencil in the background too. Just that pink and white, really fresh. And then Elegant Lady is obviously a favourite with the design team. So Sarah's take on the Elegant Lady is she's again got flowers cut from other papers laid up, just a scattering of the birds around her, and left it as simple as that. There's just a bit of matte and layering. I just could keep looking at that one for ages. Isn't it pretty? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It really is stunning. And again, it's just a completely different look or different take on the whole vibe, that pink and white one. So Sarah had a similar idea to Ali. I think it is the same paper, isn't it? Yes. So she's cut away the inside and she's put the ballerina in there, a bit like I've done with my bird cage. You're kind of framing the figure in that arch aperture that the paper gives you. Really cool. But we're not fighting with acetate on that one, so you can see through. But absolutely that same concept of making a frame, drawing your eye in. What else do we have? Oh, this is a clever one. So Sarah has put the dreamy lady in the birdcage. I don't know how she fitted her in there. So, and she's then extended the chain that comes with the die and then just put it. Doesn't that look beautiful? Really clever. Hey, that's just wonderful. The soft pinks with that spray of flowers down the side. Beautiful. That's a really clever one, Sarah. I wouldn't have thought of putting her in the birdcage, but she does work. And then Sarah likes to work big. So if I give her a signature wallet and everything's A6 and smaller in scale, she still manages to pull out a big project for me. I just love it. So they're probably about A4, I think. So again, your recurring die across all the three kind of panels on this. Yeah, stencil in the middle. Those papers just they do work seamlessly. So she's also combined two of that one design to almost make it a full page. I love that. So it just shows, again, don't be constrained by the scale of the artwork or the collection, because you can absolutely scale it up, extend it. We've seen Brian tearing the papers up and adding some other collage elements to them. These papers, because they're 120 GSM, are really lovely to work with things like your MDF, etc., because they're not overly bulky. So you can do quite lots of really kind of cool things with the papers, and because they're uncoated, they'll let you then do further things on them, like the paste we've got here. So Sarah's cut one of the birds out and laid it up, so it's kind of flying off the page. And then a couple of the samples I've noticed, I haven't commented, but I've got the stripped back sentiments. The really nice kind of simple, crisp font that we have on that set of sentiments. This has got happy anniversary. And then here's another bird cage moving. So she's not got it completely adhered to the page, with that spray of flowers and then glittery elements on the, there you go, catches them there on the flowers. Elegant, full of clever little ways of drawing your eye in. And I love this one. This is the last one I've got, the last sample. So you've got your two bird cages here layered up on panels, just to make them pop, just to lift them from the background. And that works really nicely because you've got your kind of your collage style paper here. So you've got really effectively three panels that are going to kind of frame your focal point, which is the bird cage. And then of course you've got some shimmer and shine as well. I do love these. Hi Nat. I got your order out yesterday, Nat, by the way, lovely. So that'll be on its way to you with your prize from last week. So yeah, stunning makes. You know the DT will share all of their samples over the course of the next few days. As I say, while the offer's there on the shop, remember that you can get it. Retail price is £35. I've got it reduced to £30 as an introductory price anyway, and a further 10% off that if you use Birdcage10 at checkout. So that's going to take it down to under £30 for a bundle of goodies that are going to enable you to do all of these gorgeous things. Just really, I often don't. I think the DT wonder why I don't, but I quite often don't open all my envelopes until the day that I'm going to showcase them. Normally because I probably lose the samples if I opened them up, but it always means it's such a treat because I'm getting ready for a live and I get to open and see all these things. I might have seen photos in the group, but then I get to see them in person, and every time I'm always more impressed than the last about what they managed to make with what I sent them. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with some of the stuff we've got that we're getting ready for 2025. It's going to be a very exciting January, everybody. Oh, thank you, Ali. That's right. What do you mean show them? I haven't got them here, lovely. You mean actually show the stamp set? I can show a sample with them on, if that's what you mean. I'll just put them. You're producing from the floor, Brian. That's what we used to say in TV when one of the presenters started asking people to do things. You're directing from the floor. So look there, you've got with love on one of the samples. You've got sending hugs. So they are real worker stamps, and then you've got a word banner there. So real worker stamps that are just, they fit with any style of make, contemporary or vintage. I just think they don't impose themselves on the design overly. They're really clean font. So that is my last collection of the year. I hope you like it. I've been really looking forward to sharing this one with you. It's different again, because that's what we do. We like to try and kind of mix things up every time, which means every time I'm nervous because it's different from what has gone before. So you might have loved what went before, but I'm always kind of nervous that you're going to like the next thing that I've got to share with you. So thank you for your positive comments and your thank you, Ali, and kind of your feedback. I hope you do really like this collection. And as I say, brace yourself for January, because we've got some very, very cool products on the horizon. Of course, January is my birthday month. I'm not my birthday month. The Funky Fossil is 6 in January. So, of course, every January we like to make it a bit of a celebration. It's always a bit of a month. We get our winter blues post-Christmas. So it's nice to have lots to celebrate in January with new products and exciting things. So I like to try and bring something in January which sets the tone for our year ahead. So this January we launched the Stella Pace and the signature wallets. So keep an eye out for next January, because I will be kind of starting with a brand new product that isn't currently in our range. Just saying. Anyway, 2 very quick demos, and I won't keep you overly long this evening, partly because I can feel my voice going. Oh, wait, this could be a pigeon, Brian. It doesn't involve pigeons. Donna's probably stormed off now. I haven't got pigeons in January. Sorry about that. sorry about that. I am teasing you, Helen. I'm teasing the design team as well because they don't know what we're releasing in January either. Donna, keep hoping, keep those fingers crossed for pigeons. I'm definitely up for pigeons. I just need to find the right pigeons. Olga promised me some pigeons, but she's yet to deliver them. So don't, I'm not saying pigeons are not going to ever appear, but they're not in the January release. So what I wanted just to show you was obviously we do have this separate kind of mini bundle on the shop, which is these two bird cages. And I'm not going to do a whole long demo with them, but this I just thought before I'd stick this one all together, just show you how it arrives, because it does arrive in these kind of 4 parts. So you get your base, your solid base piece, and you can see I've added some acrylic paint and stamped and heat embossed on the back of that one. I've drawn around it and cut out my paper, so I know I've got my lovely lady in the frame there. And then you get 2 of these inner pieces. Now you don't need to use both of them. You could, if you decided, you could just go straight on with your kind of cage detail and just keep it fairly flat. So this is why you've got options really. You could just have one of these, and of course by putting both on there, because this is 3mm MDF, you're going to give yourself a kind of 6mm lift from the base to the top layer, which of course if you wanted to, I haven't done it with this one obviously, but there is a hole in the bottom here that's kind of masked by this base. So if you wanted to put lights or something through, so you could have some kind of lights on the inside of this bird cage, then you can absolutely do that, and that's why you've got that lift there. You've got that kind of dimension, and it also means that when you put them all together, apologies, I haven't finished obviously my paintwork around the edge, but when you've got them all together, it and adhered, it's kind of wide enough to stand up. It won't do it now. There you go. So you can have it kind of sitting on a shelf, etc., if you wanted to do it that way. You've got your hole lining up at the top there, so equally if you want to make it a hanging decoration, you can get your twine and thread through the top. So I wanted to kind of make it one where you're in control of how many layers you add to this in terms of the dimension that you create. Because sometimes, like with a frame like this, if you wanted to try and put foam tape underneath it to give it the lift, it'd be really fiddly to do. So that's why having these breaker outlines helps give you dimension. And then of course you can decorate it as you wish. So I'll probably put the bird here from one of my papers. I've got my lady on the inside, and obviously I've already stamped on the back of this one. And you can, are we comparing January birthdays? I'll have to do a January birthday shout out for everybody in January. I've got lots of cool things in the pipeline. I will be treating you all royally in January, whether it's your birthday or not. So that's it. I just wanted to just show you the bird cage dismantled, so you can see how it comes together. Very, very simple. There's no instructions with it. It's not like it's a kit where you need to know which bits to slot together, but that's why there are those pieces. Oh, and in there as well, I've also left in one of the panels that obviously comes out when I've got them on the machine, that comes out from here. So I just thought you might want to use it for something different. It's a nice size. You might want to use it separately on its own. You might want to piece it back into the center of here for something. So you've got one of those in there too. Oh, and this and there's 2 little birds. They're quite chubby little birds. They're not kind of elegant, shabby noir birds, but equally if you're doing this like as a farmhouse style and you wanted them as yellow chicks, etc., they'd be really sweet. So I've put 2 birds in as well. So crikey, you're all born in January. What's going on? See you in a bit, Jane, lovely. I didn't realise you were on. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. So that was the MDF. And then I'm going to put together a very super quick card for you. super quick. So I've already done a bit of this because it's got my Stella paste, so obviously I needed drying time. So what I've done already, and I will do this now as well, because obviously I've inked up a second one, soft inking around the edges, but left a bit of soft white space in the middle, so you've got that glow. How lovely is that? I'm a Cancerian, mine's in July, so I can't claim it's my birthday in January. As Mr. G would say, it's the anniversary of the worst idea I ever had, which is starting Funky Fossil. So I'm just going to lay this down. So I've inked up already, just to spare you the time that I would take adding that ink around the edges. You've seen me do it lots of times with the blending brushes. I'm going to add some masking tape purely because we've got cards showing at the bottom here, which I don't trust myself to avoid with the paste. So I think I've got that in where I want it. Let's just put a little bit. I just never get tired of putting my Stella paste onto things. Oh, and in January, I will, in terms of one spoiler, I will say, Cancerian in July. I will say, without any spoilers, we do have some rather gorgeous new colours of Stella paste coming in January as part of our January shenanigans. So those of you that are fans of your Stella paste and collecting them, you'll have some new shiny goodness coming your way. Because it would be rude not to, wouldn't it? Maybe I should do a stamp set based on the star signs. They are very nice, actually, these new colours that we've got. Well, I say they're very nice. I haven't got them yet. They're on their way, but they haven't arrived yet. So, but they look very nice. So I'm just going to, you've seen me do this many a time, but I don't think it ever gets so old. It's a bit like heat embossing, isn't it? I still love the reveal when you lift a stencil. You've got a shiny paste. Now this one wouldn't take too long to dry because the actual design is quite sparse. It's not, you've not got that heavier coverage of paste. So actually the drying time on this won't be that long. Ooh. My usual fight with the masking tape. There we go. Then we've got lots of shininess. Where am I going to put that? I could hit that somewhere safe. So I think that pink looks lovely, but the raven would look lovely as well, the raven paste, if you were doing this in kind of in black as the birds in silhouette. So really lovely effect on your cards there. But you've seen plenty of samples where the DT have been using the Stella paste directly onto the papers. So again, although the weight isn't massive, it's not a really high weight of paper, it still does take those pastes well. Now, what I thought I'd do is add one of our bird cages in the middle. In the middle of our bird frame. Should we go for this one? Will that fit? And I'm hoping, yeah, that will work nicely. I'm hoping it's not going to interfere with the raised dimension. So I've switched straight over to the dry one that I'd done earlier. So I'm not trying to maneuver around wet paste. So some black ink. And just pop this in the middle. think that'll go there. Right, you have to hold your breath, everybody. It may well, Caroline. Yes, the stencils I can typically do by themselves once the collection's been past its first run, because obviously I cut the majority of the stencils myself. It's more the elements like the papers or the dye, which typically obviously are limited quantities. It is, Jane. Yes. So all I'm doing with the bird cages, and I didn't think about this. I will go back in and do this in case some of you have this here forever. Is I have as a bundle as a launch for this collection. I put another set of the papers in with these two bird cages at a really good price. But I totally appreciate some of you may just want the MDF because you may have other projects in mind for it. So when I come off this live, I will go in and put the bird cages in as individuals and also as a pair without the papers, just in case you've got ideas for it which don't involve these particular papers. I just thought it would be a nice thing to add in because it's the consumable and it works so nicely. So yes, you will have to, if you went for both your wallet and your MDF, you'd have 2 packs of the same papers. Oh yes, we know you love your sparkly things. Donna, yeah, magpies. Yeah, I do love magpies. I think they're a cool bird. Maybe I do need to do a bird stamp set. Pigeons and magpies are on the list. I like toucans as well, but it'd be a very weird collection of birds, wouldn't it, if we threw toucans in too. So this is a really, really, really simple demo, but I think there's something about these stamps that keeps drawing me to doing kind of a really simple makes. Well, that's nice, isn't it? This time of year, sometimes it's nice if we don't overthink it. We've got plenty of other things to think about. Or woodpeckers. Well, if you want woodpeckers, Selena, you need to get the woodcut birds, because you've distracted me there. I blame you. Because look, so this is my Sunday Make It Sunday YouTube video. So in this set of birds, you've got to see these various kind of stylized versions, but I think that woodpecker is really lovely. There you go, Selena. Woodpecker sorted. Kingfishers. I like kingfishers as well. Oh, we're definitely talking ourselves into some more bird stamps, aren't we? So let's just have this one bird flying to join its friends. And then we'll just have the sentiments. Lined up. Yeah, I feel like I'm shortchanging you here with the simplicity of this demo when you see all these amazing DT cards. But it's nice, isn't it, when the artwork does so much of the job for you. So have a beautiful day. I always get nervous stamping sentiment directly onto a project when I like what I've done so far. I think I've got away with it. So all I'll need to do, and I don't think I've got one in the room with me, but I will do it before I take a photo, is just a bit of black micron pen just to connect the bird cage to one of the birds and just to join the collection, join the design up so it doesn't look like it's just floating in the middle there. And then this feels like a real waste of one of the sheets of paper, but I will just cover the whole 5x7 card with that. I mean, that would be a lovely card in its own right. If you're making notelets quickly, some of these papers will just do the job on their own. But I'm just really going to utilize that kind of mottled greys and pinks in the background that my design will pop up from. So how lovely does that look? Yeah, Do you mean of the gutted? Oh, sorry. So I thought, Nicola, you meant you could remove the middle of the heart, as we were saying. But yes, you're right. You could absolutely take the middle of this paper out. But you know, I do things like that, and then I never use the bit that I've taken out the middle. So I'm just gonna slap it on. But you could totally, certainly when you've got two of each design and you want to make the most of the collection of papers, it's definitely a good shout. So, oh, bear with me. That is my very, very simple, sample demo for this evening. But like you saw with my clean and simple black and gold make, there's something about the lines in this stamp set that kind of keep pulling me back into doing some really kind of pared back cards. I think for me, the MDF with all that kind of potential for kind of using the acrylic. Oh, I'm holding up to the camera. The potential for using the acrylic paints and your waxes and your textures. That's where I've kind of gone a bit more shabby. But my cards so far with this collection have been quite graphic and quite crisp. So it will work, whatever your style is, basically what I'm trying to say. So we've got two winners for our £25 credit to spend in store. I'm sorry, I'm looking at comments, distracting myself again. So let's see if our Ali's on the case. I've never known a moment where she hasn't been on the case. Where's my messages? Oh, this is me having a moment. Mr. G's messed my. Oh, there it is. He's messed my screen around, my home screen around. I blame him for everything. So the two winners of our £25 credit to spend in store. As always, no deadline on using it, so don't feel under pressure to get shopping straight away, though I know you will. And the two winners are Avril, I never know how to say your surname, Avril Sui, and Donna Brooks, who I think has Donna left us, or it was Jane who left us, wasn't it? So Avril and Donna, congratulations. I know who both of you are, so I shall message you after this live with your code to spend in store. So it's £25 on its way for each of you. For those of you that do want to go and check out the Gilded Cage collection in store, remember to use Birdcage10. I'll put it on my post after this live to remind you all to get 10% off that collection. Check out the MDF as well if you're feeling a bit adventurous and want to do something off the page. I will be back on Sunday as usual with my Make It Sunday tutorial, and I'm going to be using Belinda's Vintage ink in that one because I feel I've neglected that. And then, of course, remember Monday, Highlight Crafts, the Craft Collective, are going to be causing mayhem down at Highlight Crafts this Monday, and I will remind you about that as well. But in the meantime, thank you again for your company on a chilly November evening. I hope we've rounded the year off in style for you with this last new collection. There'll be more to come from us over the next few weeks in terms of inspiration, lives, discounts and all sorts of goodness, but this will be the last of the new products, so I hope it's something that you're going to want to get in your basket and use at home. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody, and I shall see you again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.